What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Max Rock here with a brand new video, and this is going to be my first impressions of the Blue Vivo 11. To get things started here, I paid about 235 bucks after taxes to get this phone here at Best Buy. This is the model that has 3 gigs of RAM along with 32 gigs of internal storage. I believe it's the Helio P22, but just to confirm, let me pull up CPU-Z. So it's going to be running, I think it is the Helio P20 or P22, but it's clocked at 2 gigahertz. It's not the core processor. It has the PowerVR Rogue GE8320 for the GPU. The screen resolution is 720 by 1520 pixels. It has the 19 by 9 aspect ratio because it does have the notch on top there, which you can adjust in the settings if you would like to. Pixel density is 287. You're going to be running Android 8.1 Oreo here. Security patch is July 5th, 2018. Now, this device is said by Blue to be updated to Android 9 Pie sometime in 2019. That could be the beginning, that could be the middle, or the end. But they're saying that they will get it out to this device here, so that'd be very much appreciated. Battery size is a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. It has a 16 megapixel camera in the back, along with a 5 megapixel depth sensor, LED flash, fingerprint scanner there. On the top of the device, you get a headphone jack. On the right side, you get your power buttons and your volume up and down keys. You get your speaker on the bottom, which is very loud, and I like there. And you also get micro USB for charging. So that's one of the disappointing things about the device here. You also get a microphone there on the bottom. It's a very, very nice looking phone. It's pretty shiny in the back. I'm not sure if that's glass or plastic, but it does look good. It catches the eye there, and it does resemble the iPhone 10, like to a T, except for the fact that it has a headphone jack on the top. On the outside of the device here, you can see along the edges, it has a chrome finish on the outside, and it has a nice hefty feel. So the weight of this device here, you know, the build quality and the feel in your hand is definitely there if that's what you're looking for. Front-facing camera does have a flash as well, and you get 16 megapixels for the front. You also have portrait mode for the camera, so if you're one of the people who like to use portrait mode a lot for your smartphones and your picture taking needs, this phone does have that feature. With the device running Android 8.1, I would say it's actually really, really good. It's probably the, it's definitely the best Blue phone I ever owned. It opens up apps pretty snappily. When it comes to media consumption and watching videos and whatever on YouTube, the speaker itself is really, really loud. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and give you an example of the speaker right now. Portrait mode on the back and the front of the phone doesn't matter. You can also, do whatever you want with the rear camera because you get so many different modes that you can see. So, on top of that, it takes good pictures. And it actually performs. Now, I'm not positive if that actually gives you a accurate representation of what the speaker can sound like, but trust me, it's extremely loud. I love it. But you also have gestures here on the phone. So you just basically swipe up to go home. And if you're in an application, you swipe this to go back. And if you want to go to the multitasking screen here, you swipe up on the right side to pull up your recently used apps. So when it comes to opening up the camera app, you see that you get your 1x and your 2x zoom there. It's just a button to actually digital zoom. I don't think it actually has an optical zoom or optical lens or anything like that. And then if you go over here, you see you got your professional mode, your group selfie, your time lapse, and your slow motion. Not too many options for the camera, but nonetheless, it gets the job done. Battery performance has been pretty good as well. I don't have any screenshots of what the performance, what the actual on-screen time was that I last seen. Before I gave it a charge, I took out the box yesterday and it had about 90%, and I ended up getting about 4 hours plus of on-screen time, which is really good. So I really appreciated that about the device. So I can tell that it's going to be pretty good on battery here. I just gave it a full charge, and we're currently on 95%. I've been using it for about an hour now. I would say close to an hour. Let me go ahead and go to the settings and see if I can pull that up. So yeah, I've been not an hour, but 32 minutes, and that's pretty good. That means about another 5%. I'll be at 1 hour, and that's 90%. So one of the weird things about the device is that the charging port is upside down. So when it comes to charging your phone here, make sure you have the charger port for micro USB flip the opposite direction that you would normally have it, because for this one, they did it that way for some particular reason. Call connectivity, I had a little bit of issue with it yesterday with connecting to Simple Mobile, but as you can see now, there's no problem. I'm on LTE right now with 3 bars. And I've been consistently at 3 bars. This phone has a really good radio in it. I've barely been at 2. Most of my time I've been at 3, sometimes 4. Right now it's on 2 right there. But it's mostly on 3 all day. Another thing we could talk about here really quickly is the Geekbench scores on this device. We get a single core score here of 822 and the multi-core score of 3,616. So that's on par with what my Moto G6 is doing, and also a little bit behind what the Huawei Mate SE is doing as far as sneaker core. But when it comes to multi-core, all those devices that I named are pretty much on par with each other. Now, if you go to a 2.2 benchmark, I got a 77,440. Now, the Mate SE is a phone that's clocked a little bit higher. It's clocked at 2.36 gigahertz as opposed to 2. I think it's like 11 or 12,000 point difference. But with my Moto G6 in the room, I have about a 75,000 on that one. Or if I'm not mistaken, it's probably about a 77,000 too. That's a little confusing. I might go ahead and run these tests again to see if I get a different result. But overall, I like the phone and I'm pretty much happy with it. Like I said, I'm going to be keeping it here because it's a really good phone. It looks good. And it's going to be an eye catcher because a lot of people are going to think it's an iPhone when it actually isn't. If you guys have anything you want to see here with the blue Vivo 11 here, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked that already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do decide to subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so that anytime a video is posted in the future, you'll be notified of it immediately. But until then, my name is Max Rob. Thank you for watching this video, and you have a good day. Deuces.